Radio Free Europe has been a staple of Americans' outreach to the citizens of Russia since the Cold War. It was originally created by the United States to reach Russians who didn't live in populous areas like Moscow and St. Petersburg. Radio Free Europe broadcasted what was really going on in Russia and the Soviet Union to these people to keep them informed and not corrupted. Radio Free Europe has been credited with being a key contributor in all of the communist revolts in Europe in the late 20th century. Although as Americans we don't live in even close to as bad a situation as communism, staying informed and avoiding propaganda and corruption is very relevant. Teens need to be able to formulate their own opinion about what's going on in the world by going out and doing research, instead of blindly believing what they're fed by the media. Staying informed by the aid of Radio Free Europe is what helped the citizens of many European countries know what was really going on in their corrupt governments. This service likely saved their lives. Radio Free Europe provided an uncorrupt source of information and news that helped the European countries under communist rule navigate their situation with correct information. Now come with me. Hello, young man. What do you know about the current state of our political structure?
Oh, well.
But before you answer that, is your opinion your own formulated and articulated one?
Yeah?
Before you answer that, did your mom or your family influence your opinion? Or even the media or your peers?
Well, maybe?
Now that right there is dangerous. You need to stay informed on what's going on in the world around you by doing your own research, instead of letting someone else do it for you. If everyone in this world just believe what is fed to them by the ones around them, we would never have change for the better. To put it in perspective for you, young man, if the people in the Ukrainian areas just believe what the news and pro-Russia groups were pushing to them from the start, they would be in 10 times worse situation they are than they are right now. But since they went out and were willing to listen to the other sources of people who weren't corrupted, they are still fighting today. Miss Little, may you please inform my friend here on how you do your research to find out the truth of what is really going on in your country through using trustworthy sources that are not telling misinformation?
All right, well that's a loaded question for sure, as far as trying to find your news. Like, a lot of news is biased, right?
Yeah.
So like there's some news that's on the left side and some that's on the right side, and it's really hard to find news right down the middle. So the one thing that I do is there's a couple of different resources that I use. One is called the Media Bias Chart, and I kind of look at all the different news sources and see where it falls on that scale. And it's got a top end and a bottom end, and it's got a left and a right. And that helps me know which sources might be more biased. So that's the big thing with news. There is an app too called All Sides, and it's a really nice app because it'll show you headlines from all the different types of perspectives that are out there.
And can you discuss the dangers of being corrupted by biased information on either side?
I mean, it's definitely, there's a lot of not true stuff out there. And a lot of people call it fake news, but I call it false news. So you definitely need to check out what you're seeing, make sure it's true, because sometimes it's not.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lily, so much. From now on, I'm going to research so my opinions are not corrupt and my own.